Making artwork is the way I choose to express this gift of what it is to be a human being and to show that this life matters and every life matters. I've kind of made that my life's work. It's the most important thing in my life, and it's really how I choose to live. The art is kind of just a part of it and informs all of it. I'm Wendy Kowynia. I live and work in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and my favorite tool is a simple floor loom. I got started in textiles really thanks to my mom. I studied painting in college, and after college I came home and was staring at the big blank canvas going, I don't know why I'm doing this, just oozing out tubes of paint and still not getting where I felt like I needed to go. And my mom was a weaver, and I sat down and I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. Let me try that. So I tried it, and I realized I could sit down at the loom, do it forever and never be done. And that held true. I mean, I can't believe it held true, but decades later, that was really accurate. So it was all about finding that thing that I could do that made sense and didn't have barriers around why I was doing it. I knew exactly what to do. My work comes in series. So I start with threads and I think of a textile and I have an idea what it might do. Then I put it on the loom, and then I basically have 17 yards to kind of work through this idea and see what it'll do. So I only start with a vague notion of what it might do on the loom, and then I get it off the loom and I put it through a whole other series of permutations. Typically one project leads to the next, which I just love about that. I'm not recreating every time. It's like iterations, and I'll notice something in one warp that makes me want to go try something different in the next. Weaving came to me at a very specific time in my life, and actually my dad passed away when I was 21 and just finishing school. I had never experienced loss like that, losing someone so close to me. All of a sudden I realized that life was different than I had thought, and it was really important to do whatever I wanted to do, like right now, and not wait. And what came to me, having worked with my mom and kind of going through that grief process and being home and figuring it out, was, well, I want to weave and I want to ski. So that's what I did. And it ended up being true and accurate and a good path, not an easy path, but a real path where I always knew I was doing it for the right reasons. So out of that hardship and loss really became a nugget of strength and truth that I probably wouldn't have found otherwise. Weaving, I like to think of, is the intersection of the horizontal and the vertical. In the world of spirituality, it's kind of the earthly and the spiritual. And on the loom, I like to think of it kind of in the same way, the horizontal and the vertical. The artist really lives in between the threads. That's the spirit that animates the artwork. That's kind of my spirit inside.